So this is me, and this is a love story. For the longest time, I thought no one could love such a strange and awkward boy. But then it all started on this trip to Toronto. I met this boy, David, who would change my life. It was like magic. Out of all the billions of people on this earth, we managed to cross paths. Ever since we met, I've questioned my disbelief in fate. At some point, our eyes met, and there was no turning back. The magic spell had been cast. It was love at first sight as I stared into his beautiful brown eyes on my first time alone in the big city. After that point, the whole world seemed brighter and more beautiful. Like some switch had been flicked, and everything made sense. It was as though I was continually floating in warm water.
Why can't this crazy love be more?
I was in love and decided to let go of my inhibitions and just roll with it. Nothing was going to get in my way. Before I knew it, I was back on the airplane with no idea of the adventure that lay ahead. Upon my arrival at home, that's when the all-consuming email barrage began. After all, we hardly knew each other. I spent countless hours putting together little packages and presents for the boy who stole my heart. Sexy photos and silly stories for my long-distance love. There was this constant buzz of energy in my life that made me lose track of time. This same buzz almost gave my mom an aneurysm each time she saw the phone bill. But I couldn't believe it. I had an actual boyfriend. One that knew we were dating. One that was just as in love with me as I was with him. I knew because he even set up a webcam so I could watch him work. This whole thing brought up all these deep existential questions for me to ponder. How much can you really know a person? How long will you have together? Will you treasure this moment, this minute, this hour, this day? Will you make a connection? Will you lose track of where your body ends and another's begins? Will you even recognize me? Nothing can map our veins. Streams of bodies flow as we hold on to each other, losing the world around us. Quicker than I could imagine, I was back on the airplane to be with my sweetie for good. With more than a year of phone calls and emails under our belts, it took a bit of adjusting to actually living together. This whole thing seems surreal. I have to keep pinching myself as a reminder that this all isn't a dream. There is a time lapse. Events fade while words continue and places blur. A shift. A slice in time. History repeats, and all I feel is your warm flesh against mine. Being in love is kind of odd. We all become so convinced that our relationships are different from everyone else's, yet we find ourselves relating to all these sappy love songs on the radio. We try to make sense of it all and give it fancy names like limerence. Well, maybe David's the only one that does that since he's a scientist. We are two of the lucky ones. When you find love, hand yourself over.
What a wonderful world.